How can black people rise up and overcome?
Get out and vote?
That is incorrect. I'm sorry.
For all of that, our president made clear there is a contrast between someone who lies and someone who leads. Let's start with the thing we have always known. Donald Trump is unburdened by the truth. It's not a burden he carries. Case in point, last night, a non-stop stream of lies. He said the neo-Nazi rally in Charlottesville was, quote, fabricated. Well, let us speak the truth. That's a lie. He said the mob he incited at the United States Capitol on January 6th was only a, quote, small number of people who were, quote, ushered in by the police. A lie. He claimed he never called our troops suckers and losers. As General John Kelly can tell you another lie. Friends, most of us agree. In a real leader, character matters more than style. And Donald Trump simply does not have the character to be president of the United States.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
Living off borrowed time, the clock tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix faster. And living the true gods, giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
All right, welcome once again to the beatzillapdx official show. I am your host, beatzillapdx officially, and this is the weekly wrap-up, ladies and gentlemen. And we have some things to discuss. We will not be here long, but nonetheless, we have some interesting things to discuss because we know what just took place last evening. And we're going to talk about that as well as some other things. But with that being said, as you are coming into this broadcast, if you could, please hit that like button, if you will. Hit that like button, if you will. I would greatly appreciate it. And let me see here. Okay. So, yes, if you, as you are coming in, please like and share this broadcast. If you are watching on X, come on over here to the YouTube channel and subscribe to beatzillapdx official and tune in. You can tune in both places, but make sure you come over here and subscribe to this channel if you are watching on X, and hit that like button, hit that notification bell as well, so that way you'll be notified anytime the channel goes live, video is uploaded, or when premieres, or there's like a tape delay broadcast, which we do here. So with that being said, you will, especially for those, a lot of those other videos that are uploaded will not be on X at all, unless we're just sharing the YouTube link. So make sure you come over here and subscribe. With that being said, if you would also like to, once you subscribe, you can join this channel as well. And becoming a member helps support this channel and help do what we do right here. And with that being said, speaking of helping what we do right here, let me shout out Antithesis. Thank you, Antithesis, for your CashApp donation. I appreciate it. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you and yours. Thank you very much, Antithesis. So, with that being said, as you know how we do here, we like to greet the family and see some folks let us know where they're from. But we like to, tap in with the family as we do here every week. And it looks like we have Judah Queen in the building. Judah Queen, Black First fam. Good to see you, my good sister, as always. Thank you for holding it down and also being a member. Salute to you, my good sister. Hey, yo, God, in the house. What's going on, my good brother? Salute to you. Thank you for being here, too, my good brother. And, of course, we got Antithesis in the building. Black First, Valdosta, Georgia. The Dems are flaming out. Man, you have said a mouthful, brother. That they most definitely are. They are flaming out heavy. Nichelle Hargrave in the house. How are you doing, Black First? Thank you for being here on this Good Friday Eve. Well, I'm sure it's probably good night on the East Coast. But wherever all of y'all are at, if y'all are out there on the East Coast, good evening. Night Rider in the building. Good salute to you, good brother. Shalom. Appreciate you for being here. Thank you. Rhonda Smith in the building. Hello, Black First fam. Thank you for being here as well. Black First, good sister. Thank you. And Ayo God came through with the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Says Biden is breaking down in real time like a cheap car from a bootleg junkyard. I live for moments like this. And yeah, me and you both, brother. I appreciate that. And thank you for the super chat as well. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours. I appreciate it. So yeah, Ooh, that was a pretty rough one. They had a real rough go with that debate. That is for certain. Uh, Man, Biden looked very tired. He looked very weak. They say, he had a cold. I guess that's that's how you want to frame it. Okay, he had a cold, and he came out today. I guess today he definitely looked a little more spry. I'll give him that. But yeah, yeah. So after last night, Jill Biden was seen. Well, I guess not after, but at the end of the night, Jill Biden was seen uh, basically aiding, helping him off the stage. By grabbing his arm and see, this is, remember, Barack Obama did this as well, and they were like, oh, well, that they're good friends in this. So I guess you could just chalk this up to her wanting to be affectionate to her husband and walk him off. And then she went ahead and said, you know what? Let's fire up the camera because I have something to say about tonight.
You heard Joe's heart tonight on the debate stage. He wakes up every morning thinking about how he can make the lives of Americans better. He's the president we need, the president you deserve. Sign up at joebiden.com to help finish the job.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So there's some highlights from last night, and I guess we could take a look at those highlights because he definitely looked pretty worse for wear. I was busy last night. Matter of fact, what I was doing last night, I would you know say like last night I was pleasantly busy because we were doing some things with the youth. Yeah, there we are. Yes indeed, yes indeed. So we were doing some things with we have the Doodoo Funk Jam out here, uh, and it's usually a 21 and up event. But considering how there is really no money for arts, and musicianship is good for the youth. It's good for young minds. It's good to keep people out of trouble. Learn how to, hone a craft, so you don't get so easily distracted. And then you also, take pride in your own creation. So, dealing with the young, it only makes sense. And truth be told, we have always had underage musicians getting into the club because they were playing on a professional level. So I think we might have had as young as 14 playing in the club. But I mean, these people, they were getting trained by some of these kids were also under Thera Memory. For those of you who've never heard of him, him and Esperanza Spalding, the bass player, they wrote her first record and they got a Grammy from that. So a lot of these kids are Thera's kids, which when I was in high school, Thera was a music teacher then, jazz legend of our era out here. Well, not just here, but yeah, jazz legend, Thera Memory, and carrying on that tradition. So we had some fun last night, getting some young players some experience, some ground level on the stage experience. So that's what I was busy doing last night. Even had DJ OG1, who he DJs at like our Blazer games here. So it was cool. It was really cool. Had a really nice time listening to listening to what's coming up, and then also seeing like whole families come to something like that. Like it was a first for us because we haven't done an all ages jam since 2009. So to do something like that, and again, like I said, the people that we had playing, they grown. Some of them is grown and with kids and families and touring. So we definitely need to look at what we have done as just musicians and a crew, and say, hey, how do we implement this, since they don't give a damn about our children? So what do we do? And what we're trying to do, of course, here's my thing. I really, and we're really trying to make the hard pitch to our folks. It's really hard to get our folks on board. It's like, there's a lot of things out here, and I guess learning an instrument doesn't necessarily look cool. But these kids can come over here and find a career path. You know what I'm saying? And we would like very much so for our folks to be able to benefit from what we're putting down. And also salute to my brother Dennis Dove, who has the Kids Junk Orchestra. So there's a lot of stuff, trying to, just make sure that we're passing on something, and in our own lane, which whatever that is that you do, do make sure you're bringing up the young. Unlike these Democrats, unlike these old politicians or these old church Negroes who would rather die in a position, die on their pew, run everybody else off, like Sheila Jackson Lee, and cut that young up-and-coming Boule sister off out there in Houston. She cut her off for the mayor. That failed for Sheila Jackson Lee. Then she turned around and undercut her for her old position because, well, I didn't win that. Coming back. And so she bows out. These old folks, they don't give a crap about doing anything with the young. And then we'll turn around and complain about that generation and be like, what happened to them? Why ain't they voting for Joe Biden? Because we are that generation. We're the super predators. Literally. We are the generation to which he was referring to. Yeah, we're those super predators. Take a hard look at us. No, this was designed to thin out a generation of warrior class. And now with this debate and election going on right now, I hope y'all reflect on who we're talking about. When people talk about Joe Biden and he tells the truth. Look at me. For any Biden sexuals who are looking right now and watching and saying that Joe Biden tells the truth when he talks. Well, I would like to know what his message is to Black America about the harm that has come to Black America by the bill that him and the former staunch segregationist Strom Thurmond implemented, that has visibly harmed the Black community over the last 30 years. Since we're talking about truth, because everybody tends to go back to, man, remember Donald Trump's billboards trying to get the Central Park people, they wanted them executed? Anybody remember when Joe Biden was trying to get a bill through through the House? They got it passed through the Senate, I believe, right? He was trying to get that bill all the way into solid law, to where if crime happened by way of your drugs, you get death. And he's very proud of it, saying, you don't go to jail, you go to death. I play that's in the video that's on in my thread. It's, if you go to my channel, it's Joe Biden's history, which, you know, it's funny when you go look at that, they won't monetize that video. But they did monetize the video to where I went back to that very same video and broke it down. So me breaking it down somehow softened the blow on how they felt the impact of it just running actually is. So if you guys ever get a chance, go check out the video that I put up. I did a little edit, and it's Joe Biden's history. And you guys can see that Joe Biden was working, and he literally comes out of his mouth. So one of the crime bills that harm black folks, he literally tells you he penned it, co-authored it with Strom Thurmond. I would like to know the truth from Joe Biden about how that has harmed Black America. So that is the question. I've asked it twice. So I wonder if anybody can answer that for me. I would love to hear it. But moving on. I see, is that Rahami Bey? Rahami Bey, Ramani Bey in the house. Ramani Bey in the house. Yes, indeed. Salute to you, Black First. Appreciate you for being here. And we got Dominique Devereaux in the building. What's going on, Dominique Devereaux? Need to put my glasses on to read that. So, hey, y'all. I didn't even watch the debate because I knew it was just going to be political. And it was political theater. And both old Orange Man and Sleepy Joe just lying. Yes, indeed. Acting like they ain't playing for the same team. And I think that is what a lot of people miss. Is that they are definitely, they're still playing on the same team. But before we even get there, I just want to put something in your mind, and just because we're going to get here a little later. But remember when we talking about playing for that same team? Well, one of the main reasons why people end up playing on that same team is it's not just blind allegiance or even emotional allegiance. Sometimes it is simply financed. Now, I wonder if you guys heard, I think it was Jason Black's broadcast the other day. I got a chance to catch part of his broadcast the other day with somebody calling in, and he actually had a white woman call in who was literally telling him the truth about what she was told. And when I was hearing it, I'm like, do you know how rare it is? I mean, truth be told, for her saying that in front of black folks, like she already must be very comfortable with being excommunicated from whiteness. Because like she's in a position to where if she goes anywhere, and I do mean anywhere around these folks, and someone knows that she's done that, oh, their attitude towards her, they're going to look to do whatever they can to her to put her in a messed up position. Because she broke code, she broke ranks. And so I hope that like people understand the severity. Because see, we're so used to telling our business in front of the world. They don't do that. Because what she's telling you is she was ingrained from toddler age on the principles, and it's basically being recited to you, and then you recite these principles about hatred and who you hate because you only loving one. And here's another thing: when don't ever let these folks come over here and start talking this we're all one nation thing. Don't let them tell you that, because that's a bald-faced lie. And they know the only person who's stupid enough to believe that in that conversation is you. Because you don't know any better, and you don't know how they look at our situations. See, that's why I always tell people, y'all better stop looking at this skin color talk. People say, oh, they just don't like you because of your skin color. Oh, no, 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 no. It's very much deeper than that. It's so deep that they teach their kids to hate y'all and us. And I say y'all because y'all the grassroots as well as me. And so they are taught to hate us as you were taught your ABCs. So before you learn your ABCs in their culture, they are teaching you brown folks bad. And never, 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 ever find yourself liking them. Nope, they meant for using. They look at their women the same way, in a different capacity. But that's where feminism comes from. Black women ain't experiencing nothing of the sort like that. So black women coming out here buying into that crap, it's like you don't even know half of where that comes from. But that white woman was telling y'all some gospel truth. And if you don't think all of your little white friends have been taught that, I hope you reconsider. Now, they might not conduct themselves in that manner. They may go on and not teach that to their children. But I just want you to ask yourself one question. If this is the generation that does not teach it to their children, then how do we get Dylan Roos and all these other children, the Kyle Rittenhouses? How do we get there? So it's just something to think about. You know what I mean? Something to ponder. My body come over here and say, well, you inciting no, 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 no. Oh, no, I incite nothing or Reno. Not I, not I, not I. So, like I said, let's get back to this debate business, because this ain't really the meat of what I want to talk about. But here's some highlights of last evening's debate, which is absolutely crazy.
Do you support any legal limits on how late a woman should be able to terminate a pregnancy?
I support Roe v. Wade.
He can take the life of the baby in the 9th month and even after birth.
That is simply not true. We are not for late-term abortion, period, with the COVID, excuse me, with...
Whoa, wait a minute. I seem to remember somebody out of, was that Virginia? Y'all remember that dude? And they kind of slow played condemning him because it's infanticide. Y'all remember that doctor out there? Somewhere out east, Delaware, or he's somewhere out there, like Rhode Island, somewhere in that upper northeast area. And the dude was out there talking, well, we need to give women this right. No, that's what, no. because it's like partial birth abortion, and that's what they basically talking about. It's like, this is a full-term kid. You ain't finna tell me that full. No. If you can go into labor with the full term, this is not a preemie. Don't tell me that ain't no kid. I'm sorry, I can't go with that, man. I just can't get with that. That thing could get that little life can get out there and draw a breath and start screaming. That's a baby. And they was talking, so somewhere up in Virginia, somewhere around there, Vermont, somewhere. Man, it's either. It's no further south than Virginia. Out there talking that madness. So when they say, "Oh no, that's not necessarily true," some Democrat folks have absolutely tried to push that line, that partial birth abortion business. That's crazy.
Dealing with everything we have to do with, look,
we had the safest border in history. Now we have the worst border in history. There's never been anything like it.
There's no data to support what he said. Once again,
the hell it ain't. Just ask them people up in Chicago. What are you talking about, Joe Biden? Them people in New York. Yeah. There's a humongous problem. All of these, there's more folks over here, but we got people coming. And here's the thing. Don't let these folks frame this narrative about every illegal immigrant coming into this country. And I say it illegal because they are legally entering. We not finna start changing the English language in 2024 because it doesn't sound nice to people who are opportunists. They're not fleeing this is not an asylum trip. This is, I need to get my cash on trip. And how are they going to get their cash on? Picking what? In what field? They going to go work for Bill Gates? Like I said, now this, I don't understand what the hell black jobs is, but one thing I can tell you is, I've told you before, here they'll come here working for Amazon. What are you talking about? Y'all are funding these people to be middle class. The jobs, when they say that they're getting them jobs, what do you think they're talking about? What jobs picking fruit is in New York? Any New York people out there? Anybody in the house from New York? Where's the cherry and apple orchards in Manhattan? Where they gonna go do that at? In New York City? Huh? They gonna do it in Chicago? Migrant worker programs? Where are they working? Oh man, you know what? Shoot, look at that. Intel's laying off, Nike's laying off, hospitals are laying off, banks is laying off. Retail laying off, restaurants laying off. What happened recently? Oh, I know. There's been a up of the minimum wage. In this so great capitalist country, can't seem to pay a livable wage to its workers. So now all of a sudden we are going to plan zinc. Sink the ship. And I have long told y'all on this broadcast, America is going out of business. And they are trying to how often do you hear about the threat of China in America? And America always talks to American people as, don't think about the tremendous debt that we are in with these people. America basically owes a loan shark. To put that in perspective, for anybody who knows street business or seen gangster films or whatever, America basically is in debt to a loan shark. How do you get out of it? It's a bust out. How do you bust out? Well, you got to, number one, make sure that you shore up your economy by making sure you shore up those malcontents and good old Americans. So what do you tell a good old American? Oh, come over here and get this, y'all. Because when you have certain people who believe people are property, and it's a fire sale of the land in which they own, well, don't you think they want to tag everything that's in it? But I might be one of those right-wing wild conspiracy theorists. I don't know. Maybe so. I'm just saying. Things to ponder. Let's hear some more.
He's exaggerating. He's lying. And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
If a Republican did that.
Now, they'll tell y'all, man, Trump lied. Okay, give me, just simply run down the facts of where he lied, and I will call it good. I'm good with that.
They go to
Thank
jail.
you, President Trump.
The only person at this stage is a convicted felon is the man I'm looking at right now.
But he could be a convicted felon.
You know, the funny thing about that convicted felon thing is, y'all notice how they keep using that as a talking point while this man is the author of the damn crime bill? I don't know why they keep doing that. It's like, hey, here's the wound I got for you, but that guy is wounded. Don't pay attention to the pile of salt in my hand, no. I'm just going to rub this in their wound over there. I'm not going to rub it back in yours again. Whoever is running the DNC's campaign everybody needs to be fired. I keep stressing that. And realistically, at this point, I'd have to say Roland Martin probably could have done a better job than anybody that you got working for you now. He wouldn't get you much better, but he definitely could have done better than this. You got this dude sitting up here for a whole week preparing for this, and this is the best he could do against the worst man on the planet.
Felon as soon as he gets out of office.
He caused the inflation, and it's killing Black families and Hispanic families.
There was no inflation when I became president. You know why? The economy was flat on its back. 50%.
It's called a shutdown. An absolute shutdown. And then there were riots. And there was rising crime. And an enormous amount of PPP loans. But one thing not to forget is at least there was some stimulus checks.
Unemployment. He decimated the economy. The only one who wants the war to continue is Hamas. We are the biggest producer of support for Israel of anyone in the world.
He said the only one who wants to keep going is Hamas. Actually, Israel is the one, and you should let him go and let him finish the job.
The only existential threat to humanity is climate change, and he didn't do a damn thing about it. He wants to undo all that I've done.
The Paris Accord was going to cost us $1 trillion. It was a ripoff of the United States. He never fired people. I've never seen him fire anybody. I did fire a lot. I fired Comey because he was no good. I fired a lot of the top people at the FBI, drained the swamp. They were no good. This guy hasn't fired anybody. He's the worst president in the history of our country. He's destroyed our country.
Presidential historians, they've had meetings and they voted who's the worst president in American history. One through best to worst. They said he was the worst in all of American history.
He will drive us into World War III, and we're closer to World War III than anybody can imagine. President Xi of China, Kim Jong-un of North Korea, all of these, Putin, they don't respect him, and he's going to drive us into World War III.
You want to have a war, just let Putin go ahead and take Kyiv, make sure they move on, see what happens in Poland, Hungary, and other places along that border. Then you have a war.
The only reason I'm here is he's so bad as a president that I'm going to make America great again.
We're the envy of the world. Name me a single major country president who wouldn't trade places with the United States of America.
That part is very important. Name me one other. See, so there is probably a strong reason why there are so many people kicking and screaming trying to get over here. Right? Now, like I said, we're talking about PPP loans and stimulus checks. This is something I saw earlier today. Believe it or not. So far, this appears to be legit. This was actually in my news feed. It's like, okay, we're doing this. We're really doing this, huh? Family, let me tell you something. Y'all just don't understand how much y'all have thrown a monkey wrench in these folks' ecosystem. One of the things about their ecosystem is everybody else is programmed to understand we are to be perpetually on the bottom without any hope of a rise. What has happened is we've claimed our own identity. And with that being said, there's not really much they can do with it other than panic. Why? Well, because now this is showing signs of something that may be an ancient past of our lineage, puts fear in these people. I could say maybe there's things that we wouldn't even be aware of that they would be, because it was so detrimental to make sure that we were erased from ourselves. They did a hard reboot on foundational Black Americans. Set you free, now you're freedmen. But if there's 5 gathered standing in one spot, the police got to come see what you do. Because somehow, just you standing there is such a threat to their serenity or safety, shall we say. It's just amazing, ain't it? So that tells you that you're exceptional people. And again, I say there's things that are happening now that you are responsible for yourselves because you just simply have stayed on your square and said you are going to pay attention to me and mine. And we ain't concerning ourselves with anybody else's business, just our affairs. Look at it. Hey, Shep. I watched some clips from The View today. A lot of those people are shook. Seen some clips from even Joy Reid is admitting people are a little worried. Now, they had to do a quick turnaround with Joe and make you think that, yeah, all right. But there's also, remember when I say Grassroots Cointelpro, Grassroots Cointelpro, boy, they hard at work, ain't they? And so this particular group of shills that I outed a while ago, majority of them have me blocked. But just like I told y'all, and I will always keep reiterating to y'all, that jam woman is not alone. And when they talking about funding partners, that's a lot of money. So you're gonna start seeing a lot of these types popping out. And remember, you're gonna start seeing organizations popping out. But we're gonna get to that as well. Yeah, we got some things to discuss on that.
So let me get this straight. I'm supposed to sacrifice 3 years of work in progress over a 1 hour debate. Well, Joe Biden's not an effective communicator. We can barely understand what he's saying. But y'all understood when he sent you that damn email about your student loan debt forgiveness. Y'all understood that shit. Y'all understood when y'all got that direct deposit for that stimulus check. Y'all understood when y'all got that $3,600 for that child tax credit. Y'all understood that shit, didn't you? When America fell on his fucking face, Joe Biden was there to pick us up and pick up the goddamn pieces. His ass is the one who pulled us out of the fucking pandemic. He's the one who pulled us out of a fucking recession. When Trump lost all those fucking jobs, Joe Biden brought it back. Joe Biden has created.
And for those of you who have been with me long enough, I told you they're going to act like the reopening after the shutdown was somehow, oh man, it's the big reemergence. No. Let's just remember how these folks was really trying to, I mean, truth be told, they're to the point now where in some cities they're banning masks. And just think this many years ago, you couldn't go nowhere without a doggone mask. Now you hearing, oh, well, 6 feet didn't even make sense. Nothing, I mean, again, but see, we're the conspiracy theorists because we just tell you don't trust them folks. But I guess that's also disturbing the ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, you already know. And so this fella here, too raw, too real. Clearly got the Biden hair shirt on, and you know he's a bona fide shield. He's one that gets to meet them from time to time. Go get invited to the little events.
15 million new jobs, 800,000 manufacturing jobs. We have record low unemployment. He's giving 16 billion into
We absolutely do not have record unemployment. Fortune 500 companies down from hospitals and banks are laying off in the hundreds. In the tech field, they're laying off, and does that make sense? In the finance field, they're laying off. Does that make sense? It shouldn't. It sure shouldn't. But they're telling jobs. That's why I post it often on my page as much as I can. Oh, look at another one. They're laying off. They're closing all their stores. They're closing all their restaurants. I mean, these people will, now you're lying for Joe Biden. And what these folks, when they're talking about messaging, Joe Biden can't say any of this stuff in a debate because it's not true. That's why he can't get up there. Well, I wish he would have said this. I wish he would have said that. Oh, the same lies that y'all keep telling us he can't get on the debate stage with a bald-faced lie that you guys keep telling. Like this dude here. He can't do that because it's not true. But here's what a shill will do. They're paid to lie.
He's giving 1.5 billion into small Black minority business alone in 2023.
I ain't going to say what I want to say, but NP. 1 billion to Black business? Are you out of your mind? Well, you make me play that song early for that statement. What's wrong with you? 1 billion in Black business? The hell is he talking about? Lady F, thanks for tuning in. Every time she'll speak at us, it's always so rude and disrespectful, ain't it? Always. And they ain't lying on top of that. To add insult to injury. Good grief. Thank you for tuning in. And also, thank you for being a member. Black First. We got Derek Parker in the family. Good looking out, brother. Black First family. Yes, indeed. Down here. If the south of the Rock. All right. Yes, indeed. Little Rock, Arkansas is in the building. Salute to you, my brother. My family state. Black Spider in the house. Hey, 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 Black Spider. Good to see you. Thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate you. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you and yours. And also thank you for being a member. Black first, my good sister. Man, Dominique said his name should be too wrong, too loud. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Man, for real. DSM Sinister said, this shade butter boo looking shilling so hard for Master Joe. Facts. Thank you for being here, man. Black first. And also in the mix, radio is in the house from St. Louis. Black first. Appreciate it. This dude here is just too much.
Before you motherfuckers come in my comment section talking about, well, the pandemic was the reason why we lost the jobs. Joe Biden shouldn't get credit. There had been 13 recessions. And guess what? Joe Biden.
That was a shutdown, genius. See, now he think he them folks. That's again, this is one of them that think they like him. So he gonna listen start talking like what they say it makes sense. Can't stand these handkerchief head Negroes. Yes, a boss. Boy. And it always, what is with, yeah, there's another thing. Note this. And just like Lady Effa said, it's always rude and disrespectful. So we are not a people, an exceptional people, a wise, learned group that say we want something different, meaning change. Real authentic change, not no Barack Obama, one Negro made it, all the rest of us are free now. No. Change like everybody else gets when they address their issues. Real authentic change. Let's hear a little more of this weirdo.
Biden is one of 4 presidents to see all jobs come back. What world are y'all motherfuckers living in? Are we not living better under Biden than we did under Donald Trump?
Hell no.
I can say yes. Absolutely. Let's just rewind it back. 4 years ago, what cities were on fire? What did Trump do? 4 years ago, he told us to inject bleach or take disinfectant to deal with COVID. 71% of Americans are fully.
Whoa. On fire. Anti-black violence. How about you just stop there? How did you just start there and then jump over to talking about bleach? I want y'all to pay attention to how they do that. Wouldn't this be the perfect opportunity to talk about anti-blackness under Trump? I'll tell you why they probably wouldn't, though, because they never had any intention on no George Floyd Policing Act and all of that business. So, yeah, we're going to need you shills when you get out there. We just need you to lightly speak about the fires and that. So again, pointing to the victims, because we want to make everybody, and the agent provocateurs, to which are all part of the same situation. And let's just remember, there was a lot of donations going to certain groups, as you thought you were donating to these groups. You really found out that you were just simply donating to the Democratic Party.
vaccinated thanks to Joe. Joe went from pillar to post during the pandemic, getting the vaccine on camera, showing the American people that it's safe. I don't care about it.
And see, yeah, that's why a lot of us are different. There are people who were singled out for being disinformation, misinformation, all that old crap. Yeah, and they're actually in the long run being proven to be true. So just because you have the power to push a certain message does not make it right. But this is what's different in this movement, all of you. You can't dupe the power of the people. You can't fake the power of the people. This is the voice of the people. It's misinformation. No, it's not. You are listening to the masses tell you exactly what time it is. The generation that you want to buy your line is 1 foot in the grave with this man that you're trying to sell us now. The only way to go is this way. We said that years ago on this broadcast. And you will learn, mark my words, by 2024, you will know that it was New Black Media and the Grassroots that changed the course of history. We also brought you Grassroots Cointelpro tactics and breaking stuff like that down. I pointed out of quite a few of these shills before they even got in front of a lot of y'all's faces and made sure that y'all knew the networks to look out for that these people would be tied to. Never, 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 never forget. They are funded from outsiders. So there's no way that any candidate they are funding can ever have our back. Our belief in justice for all people. We fall into their traps, and one of those traps is mostly Hispanics. They watch and see you fight for something. The minute you win, they come in and ask for half of it. And they wasn't in the fight to begin with. A lot of times they get it, especially the Puerto Ricans. They wasn't near the fight. They want you to give them half of your power. They want parity because we have not learned to practice the selfishness of survival. But these bootlicking shines are absolutely selfish to sell their folks out.
Any of that because Joe Biden can barely talk. Well, bitch, you can barely see because you're blind. If you can't see the forest through the trees, how the fuck you gonna see these policies? As soon as your ass step out the door, you see Joe. When you see new,
you know what? I can stop right there because you right, bro. I'm too blind to see the ballot to mark for that man. Man. I mean, I'll tell you all the time, my eyes is bad. Too raw, too real. I guess this is why the couch is probably going to get my vote because I'm just simply too blind, deaf, dumb, and stupid to cast my ballot for Joe Biden. I'm just so dumb and ignorant. I just don't know no better. I'm just a lowly old black Negro, and all I want is just a little something for my peoples. But you know, maybe I was causing a little bit too much trouble. You know, I don't want to be all that much trouble. But I will tell you, I will be voting no to benign neglect. Because we're very clear. Ukraine is not our responsibility. And yeah, your whole agenda of eugenics. Yeah, I mean, let's just go ahead and get them to promote it on themselves. Hell no. So everybody is up in arms about, Joe Biden's failures. And you know what? Let me get this in here. Because I'll just play this because that's what they were charged. Hold on real quick. Let me put this in here. So Joe Biden can tell you about his 34 Trump's 34 felony convictions. Just like all of the thousands of convictions I put on your family members over minuscule amounts of crack. Well, my son is a whole crackhead, and his whole laptop was really a thing, and we told you it was a lie. But now, does anybody want to go back there and say, well, hey, why was the American public lied to about that? If Joe Biden has nothing to do with it. Now his son is a convicted felon. On his first case. So he still has a whole nother case. And I would like to see him get some time, just like Deja Taylor. Deja Taylor got double prosecuted, so he should get convicted of that time on both ends too. She's a first-time felon, and she's a mother. He's a crackhead. An adulterer crackhead who slept with his dead brother's wife. Ooh, stellar fella. And, so when you hear this guy say, I was in a debate with the person with the morals of an alley cat. Oh, you don't say. I guess you're real familiar with him since your son probably won too, right? Leaving cocaine in the White House and all. Cocaine residue in Capitol Hill. But the White House is a crazy. Like every day, y'all remember that? Up there finding cocaine in the White House? They just went past that little story, didn't they? Get down, do you? For those who've seen Chappelle. Oh my Lord. So anyway, here's his attempt to come back to show you that he ain't dead, that it wasn't all weekend at Bernie's. So here he is today.
What about his 34 felony convictions? His sexual assault on a woman in a public place is being fined $400 million for business fraud. I thought to myself, Donald Trump isn't just a convicted felon. Donald Trump is a one-man crime wave. And he's got more trials. He's got more trials coming up. Well, it's time for that. Look, the thing that bothers me maybe most about him, he has no respect for women or the law. He doesn't. And then, his biggest lie, he lied about how he had nothing to do with the insurrection of January 6th. We all saw with our own eyes. We watched it on television. We saw thousands in his direction attack the Capitol. We saw police being attacked, the Capitol being ransacked, the mob hunting for Speaker Pelosi, gallows literally set up for Mike Pence. And then he told them as he sat in the dining room, the private dining room, one door off my Oval Office. He sat there for 3 hours watching the TV. He did not a single thing to stop it. Nothing. Nothing at all. And now he wants to pardon all those convicted and criminals. But folks, for all his lies, We learned some important truths about Donald Trump last night. We learned he's still proud of being the person who killed Roe v. Wade. We learned
We learned that he was proud of being the one that killed Roe v. Wade. Boo! I guess he knew where his crowd was. Hey, North Carolina, we're going to come and you get an abortion and you get an abortion and you get an abortion. Everybody's getting abortions. We have one of these crazy campaign ads here for the woman who more than likely will probably be the newest black member of the squad coming out of here, which is just absolutely freaking ridiculous. But whatever. That's what lets you know AIPAC is funding her campaign. But anyway, that's another story. There's a black woman that y'all will get acquainted with her very soon as she acquires her position in Washington. AIPAC has a 98%. She's like endorsed by like AIPAC and what's the women that they're kind of like a women offshoot group of the same ilk. Is it Lori's List? So Lori's, is that Lori's List? Something like that. They have they're one of those super PACs. They fund pro abortion candidates. And one of the ads that this Janelle Bynum lady had said, I wanted my daughters to have the same rights that my sons have. I'm fighting for abortions. It's like, your sons can't get abortions. So I didn't, that line in this, like, who wrote this? Did you, like, when you read this script, that made sense for you to say? I want my daughter to have the same rights my sons have. And it starts going into talking about abortions. It's like, well, your sons can't have abortions. That's crazy. Anyway, that's just the type of things that go on here. Now, with this being said, y'all saw Kamala Harris, and you probably saw a lot of these pundits trying to clean it up. They got him propped up with a stick. There was something that came out, actually, I guess now a day before the debate. And it's a particular story about black influencers. I've seen brother Phil Scott from African Diaspora News did a video on this lady yesterday. And so today I'm going to give my little 2 cents on Miss Isoa Osa, who is founder of something called Onyx Impact. And I guess, it's very interesting when you go to their website, what they're pushing. But the article's talking about black influencers and disinformation. So she's doing a lot of talking about black influencers, content creators, and media. They do this thing to where they start mentioning the real issues, but then when they come down to the players, things start getting a little vague, and then they'll drop names like Joe Budden and the Breakfast Club and the Shade Room. It's like those people, those are not political, and not to mention, Shade Room ain't even foundational Black Americans, so they wouldn't have any influence on us politically. And not that the Shade Room does political commentary. So it's kind of odd that they threw them in there. And then as far as the Breakfast Club, no new influence, like there's no new influence going out amongst the people. Why do you think Charlemagne has kind of taken a sharp turn from sitting up here endorsing Joe Biden? Because Charlemagne ain't trying to get his black card took with this mess they doing. Like, however, all of these people that are still trying to tell you Joe Biden's worth something, man, listen to black radio if you really want to hear how gone these Negroes can be. Go listen to the D.L. Hughley show or Al Sharpton. Boy, listen to his callers. Right now, I don't care if he died 2 years ago. I'm still going to vote for Joe Biden. You can't tell me that a dead man is going to be a worse president than that orange man. I mean, it doesn't matter if he's a rotten skeleton. I mean, he's still going to be much better of a president because I've always voted Democrat right now. Now, I'm not ready to change. Now, I'm not saying that the Democrats is all good now. I mean, but boy, I mean, if we don't keep that man out of office, oh Lord, the world's gonna come to an end. Oh, I've seen this preacher up here talking, and Roland Martin is just touting, like, he said he telling y'all. Preacher up there on the day of Pentecost, they were all in the room together on one accord. See, what we need is we all need to be together like they were on the day of Pentecost. They were all together. And he do this long, revving up little way of getting to this point to tell you about the Holy Spirit descended on them and they was all speaking in different tongues. And so what we need to do, we got to be like them in the day of Pentecost, and we all got to be together. And everybody, oh yeah, praise the Lord. And the organ over there hyping them up. Now, we got to come together and we got to vote. Wait, what? You just went from revving up about Pentecost and being together. You could have talked about brotherly love or coming together, loving your neighbors. Instead, he took that moment to start preaching about Joe Biden. He's our only hope. My hope is built on nothing less. Don't tell me about no hymn that you don't believe. These songs obviously don't mean nothing to you. I mean, my goodness, one of the earliest psalms you'll learn, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I watched everybody sit up here and run to the, like, y'all ever seen that movie Outbreak? Where they had them lines, folks just in line getting their healing. Man, do you understand how sinister folks can be? And how sheep-like other folks want to be. But with that being said, there's a large contingency of us saying enough is enough. We believe you should have the same information that we have. We believe you should be making educated decisions for yourself. That way, we all then can be on one accord to collectively come together, put our energies together, not to sit up here and help everybody else, but help ourselves. And everybody else's issue is the mule said, I'm done with this. You carry your own water. What you think the problem is? It almost seems, to me, I think they look at it as losing slaves. Just think about it. When we're not doing what they think we're supposed to, or they want us to, the world's, it's like Chicken Little. World is coming to the end. Now, this one here, I got to tell you, it kind of rings true to me that she has already been on the radar because Roland Martin, why do you think Martin had her wrong? Because he knew who she was. But this is them women that's getting that money. Hold on, let me get this in here. So she's, advocating for basically black male censorship and black woman censorship, that when we're talking this grassroots black first reparations business, this delineation business, that they not us business. These are people, see, so when you all hear, it's they're going after right wings. We have told y'all a lot that also means us, because a lot of what we're saying is a conservative vantage point in so many senses of the word. However, we're not moving along with the MAGA people. We have our own standards as our own community. Some of them just happen to align. It has nothing to do with all of a sudden you're sounding like white supremacists and using white supremacist talking points. Miss me. We can't be the number one hated by the system of white supremacy, the biggest threat to the system of white supremacy, and align ourselves with it. That makes absolutely no sense. But yet and still you'll have fools come out there and say that, knowing that's a lie. That right off the rip is disinformation. Roland Martin and Osa. I'm aware that you hopped in our brother Phil's chat. I guess you guys are going to have an interview, and that's good. But if you are coming from think tank information, you are a little more aware of a little more of us than that. So, and just for the record, I know that I'm aware I could block certain of your pack people, but why? My title don't say political strategist for nothing. Let's hear what else y'all threw out there and wasted money on.
What we're seeing is social media companies across the country passing state legislation to make sure that they have as little accountability as possible. And so we need to be aware when these types of bills come up, and we need to push back on it, because at the end of the day, what we're seeing across the country, across the world, is that the cost of spreading disinformation is approaching zero, with some bad actors actually being paid to spread disinformation, while the cost of accessing truth is becoming more and more expensive as you get to paywalls, as trusted messengers become harder and harder to find, as you need subscriptions to different types of information. And so we're really at an inherent disadvantage. And so some of the things that we need to do, one of the things we need to do as far as the Black community and Black voters go, is we need to invest so much more in Black media. It's such a critical news source. It's such a trusted messenger for Black communities across the nation. I think there was a Pew study that said that 64% of Black people are turning to Black outlets for their information. And so if we want to, we need to.
Yeah, let's revisit that. Thank you for actually bringing that point up, because you do recognize who they were talking about. It wasn't any of those people that you guys keep mentioning. No, it's new Black media. Why do you think Roland Martin was over there screaming? You stupid fools! Roland unblocked me just to go ahead and insult me. hilarious. And again, I had to go back to Roland Martin's message through an associate of basically wanting to be a facilitator. Then again, he makes no qualms about that. He kind of puts that out there for himself. He want to be, so basically, and this is the thing, we're not doing the gatekeeper thing. Nobody's interested in that. You can keep your gatekeeper crap. There's a reason why we've had spaces where them folks come and tell you, oh man, this my brother Dwambi, like, hey man, there's A-listers know exactly who y'all are. If the A-listers know who we are, don't you think the government do? Oh, they pay a lot of attention. They pay a lot of attention. But having these think tank people on my page, they be following, they be watching. That's why I've been telling y'all in spaces for a while. That's another thing. We're gonna get to that. Because we got some things to discuss about this conversation here with this Onyx Impact and some of the things that we have seen.
To arm Black media with the resources they need to be able to continue to do what y'all are doing here, push good information to our community so that we know, so that we have some type of pushback against what is essentially a zero cost campaign to spread disinformation.
A zero cost campaign to spread misinformation. Well, we're going to take a little quick look. Because see, when people say stuff like that, we're going to spread misinformation. Okay. Let's spread some misinformation right there. All right. Curiosity, clarity, connection. Onyx Impact seeks to better understand how Black communities engage with information, fight harmful information ecosystems, targeting Black voters, and empower Black communities. Judah Queen. Ecosystems? Samuel Logan in the house. What's going on? Hey, what's going on, brother? Good to see you in the house. Thank you for being here. Black first, brother. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Judah Queen. Ecosystems. So information ecosystems. Wonder where they got that one. Keep telling y'all they be in our spaces. Blackjack, what's going on, brother? Yes, sir, man. Our brother, good brother Eastside is in here, man. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Black first, man. Man, shoot, Eastside can tell you, man, I have said it for a minute. Say making stuff up. See this, but they're using verbiage that kind of goes along with the things they've heard from us. Because one of the things that we are talking about is changing the financial ecosystem. That hierarchy thing that they're so used to. So it's kind of interesting. Okay. All right. Okay. Maybe that's just a coincidence. Let's keep going. If information opens doors, quote, Black people deserve resilient information sharing ecosystems that build trust, power, and community. You mean like our spaces? Our interaction out here in these grassroots streets? That type of trust? Engage the people if you really cared about the people, but you don't. And see, that's where me and y'all differ. That's where a lot of us and y'all differ. See, we care about the people we talking to. Y'all, you want to come over here and use the people we talking to. We ain't for that neither. See, that shows a care and concern for the people that listen to us. Glad y'all can't understand that. Oh, but again, maybe another reason why this is such a major fail is you keep getting tethers because you don't trust one of us. So that tells you that you have an agenda that is absolutely against us, and you can't escape that. Run us our check. Simple as that. Okay, let me see. Okay, for those of you who had a commercial, hopefully you just skipped through the joint, and I'll wait for y'all. but the commercials also keep this thing in the algorithm too, so it's a gift and a curse. Let's see, Tia to you in the house. Shout out to Tia to you. Salute to you, my good sister. Good to see you in the building. Black First, thank you for being here and being a moderator. And Sister Miriam are in the building. Salute to you, my good sister. Always a pleasure to have you in the building as well. Thank you for holding down that moderator spot as well. TTU said, a failed U.S. corporation with nothing to honor will spend their time on distractions. This big old fire sale called America. I'm telling you. So now check this out, though. That build trust, power, and community. Adverse information created to mislead or harm, doesn't just close doors. It builds walls of distrust and disillusionment. Fighting adverse information is vital to strengthening and empowering our community. This comes from their CEO and founder, Esosa. It's hard for me to even pronounce her name. Why are you speaking for us, woman? The threat of manipulated information designed to target specific communities has never been greater. Left unchecked, adverse information divides communities, reduces trust in institutions, and suppresses civic engagement. Well, wait. Hold on. What institution? What institution do you refer to? Because see, here's the thing. Institution of the Democratic Party? Because, we say we vote no for benign neglect. And, everybody that's talking about the couch, that comes from the grassroots as well. I don't know what to tell you. It's not that it's unchecked. Of course, everybody tries. But here's how you check something. You combat it with the truth. But if what you're presenting isn't the truth, then I guess you are really just shooting blanks. And here's the problem. We holding the truth down for a fact. And y'all have presented nothing but lies and deceit. Lies and deceit. We must fight back against the spread of adverse information to protect our society and our democracy. Go back to that other word of ecosystem. The ecosystem that exists right now is what? Black folks on the bottom with no progress, correct? Stop asking for reparations. You're never gonna get them. Stop sloganizing. It just causes harm. Stop sloganizing. All right. The Onyx Impact approach: curiosity, clarity, connection. Okay. And this is kind of just telling you what they're about. Let me see here. Some menu up here. Let's go to the about. Who we are. Onyx is a nonprofit organization founded to better serve and empower Black communities by fighting the harmful information ecosystems targeting them. So let's put this ecosystem talk in perspective, shall we? The grassroots ecosystem. So the grassroots, the voices of new Black media, is this the particular ecosystems we're talking about? I mean, one could probably think that would be the truth, but who knows? The threat of manipulated information designed to target specific communities has never been greater, left unchecked. Okay, we already saw that part. That's basically the same thing we already said. Meet our founder and CEO, Esosa Osa. Clearly, as y'all understand, she is non-foundational Black American. She is Nigerian. Yeah, she is Nigerian over here, all up in our Black business. Moonrise, yes indeed. Black First from KC, Missouri. Yes indeed. Kansas City in the house. Salute to you, Black First. Thank you for being here. Now, yeah. A whole Nigerian. So she was just talking to Roland Martin about Black media. Okay. Now, okay. Let's see. Okay, so she founded, let's see, it says the founder of and CEO of Onyx Impact, an organization created to better serve and empower Black communities by fighting the harmful information ecosystem targeting them. Esosa was previously Deputy Executive Director of Fair Fight Action, a voting rights organization. Wow, I didn't see that coming. Let's see. Where she led pro-democracy reform efforts with the focus on combating adverse messaging and voting policy reform while overseeing the organization's research, communications, political, and organizing teams. Prior to her time in politics, Esosa was a portfolio manager at BlackRock. Pause for the cause just to, again, remind y'all what we saw from Jam. When I saw Jam, I was like, family, I want you to understand the severity of what is actually happening. Don't take it light that they just rolled this woman out here. There's a lot of bread on this screen. A lot of money. So, and it's all about combating us and our efforts of delineation. Because we're going to get to this. It's more of the same. When I see Brother Phil Scott's broadcast on this, I'm like, oh, they rolled out another. Here we are, because we've already touched on you guys. And now here we go. Somebody who was already well juiced in with them folk, where she managed a wide array of fixed income products and analyzed monetary and fiscal policy. Sosa is a native Ohioan and a graduate of Duke University. Okay, yeah, she might be that, but she's also Nigerian. So let's cut the crap. We trying to do that now, huh? So let me show you what she. So let me show you all this. Lord. Okay, so let me. All right. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. I don't need no audio. So you got nothing on there. Okay, so y'all can see this. All right. Let's get into it. Let me get my water. Ooh-wee. Matter of fact, you know what we finna do? Because we gonna break this down, family. Yeah, so let me do this. Family, if you are just now tuning in or have not known what you are watching over here on the X tonight, what is this fella talking about? Well, this is the beatzillapdx official show. One of the voices of the new black media. Been here for a minute. Also, might be a little bit known as a political strategist as well as many other things. But right now, you are tuned in to the weekly wrap up.
Living off borrowed time, the clock tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a monthly with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods, giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
All right. 2024, the Black Online Disinformation Landscape. Disinformation landscape. This is madness, man. Absolute madness. Black Spider with the super sticker. Shout out to you. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours. Thank you so much for that super sticker and the inspiring message. I appreciate you. Boy, this is crazy. This is just crazy. Executive summary. Black communities hold immense power in our political system. But you don't want to give that power nothing. That's an interesting statement to just roll right off the top. Yeah, black communities hold immense power in our political system. In an era of unprecedented technology and social change, confronting the challenges created by misinformation and disinformation affecting black communities is crucial to ensuring the health and stability of our democracy. So making sure that black folks are in line or are thinking the way you want them to think. It's crucial to ensuring the health and stability of our democracy. All right. Onyx Impact's Black Online Disinformation Landscape Analyst is a vital step in that effort. This landscape analyst provides the first ever comprehensive roadmap for understanding and addressing the unique disinformation networks and narratives both within and targeting black spaces. Well, okay, here's the problem. Within black spaces, the narrative within Black spaces, you think that you should be changing what the family is saying? That sounds pretty entitled. Again, doesn't give any reverence or respect for that person's experience, for their position. So again, that's as much as you're saying that's for us, that's actually an insult. Reading on. Takeaways. The three most significant narrative threats to Black voter engagement in 2024 are misleading narratives about civic disengagement. Wait. That it? Because you're saying that's very interesting. Huh. So you mean like something like this? No tangibles, no vote? No Black agenda, no vote? No reparations, no vote? You mean couch for president? Is that the type of thing you're talking about? Or the fact that Black folks just simply are voting no to benign neglect? Since that is still the standing policy of the DNC toward the Black community. So when we're talking about civic disengagement, this has been a policy, and we don't have to do disinformation when we have the DNC emails, which were not that long ago, that said, when you meet with them, talk to them and hear their issues, but promise them nothing. Where are we confused? Yeah, I would like to know where's the confusion? Well, now civic disengagement. Right after that, Biden broken promises and stoking division. So these are the three most significant narrative threats to Black voter engagement. Biden has broken promises. Where's the misleading narrative in that? Because if you're making excuses for what he didn't get done, that's not on us. He had the whole kit and caboodle his first 2 years. He was able to flood this border with a stroke of a pen not long after being sworn in, and also gave some other protection rights in the same day, but didn't do nothing for Black folks to whom he said he had their back the night he got elected, knowing it was that vote that got him in. So yes, that's a very clear broken promise. And then with the stoking division, I would love to hear that explained. 2 is the far-right activist network, particularly Black far-right activists, spread the most disinformation to Black communities and engage with the highest number of misleading narratives. Now, when I hear something like this, because they keep throwing people like Fresh and Fit out there. They don't have a big Black audience. They have a big immigrant audience. And as this report shows, we don't identify with that. So it's kind of interesting that they throw them out there, and they throwing Joe Budden out there, and like ain't nobody checking with them. And the Breakfast Club, we all look at them as shills. Why you, like I said, look at Charlemagne trying to preserve his black car. Trying hard too. I'm not going. Well, why would you just support him? Just say you just endorse him. Just endorse him. Just endorse him. You know, the highest number of misleading narratives. That also is an insult. because you're not giving an example of what a misleading narrative is or how it is being, the narrative is being disproven. Number 3, anti-immigrant narrative are prevalent. Narratives are prevalent across multiple Black disinfo networks. See what they're called? See, they are, what you're hearing is law enforcement talk. This is law enforcement talk, ladies and gentlemen. And this is governmental targeting without it being funded technically by the government, by outside influences, institutions, and such. Number 3 is anti-immigrant. Immigration don't help the people who are not immigrants. So, see, again, putting us in a position, why? Because the whole immigrant thing has rested on our back. And we're saying no. So now they're trying to say, wait a minute, y'all is acting up. Y'all not doing what we want you to do. Y'all free-thinking Negroes. Now, again, number 3, anti-immigrant narratives are prevalent across multiple Black disinformation networks. And the risk of this narrative breaking out is high. Yeah, they don't like that delineation. That delineation thing is real. And the Nigerians, who else is Nigerian? Jam. Who else is tethering, posing themselves as Black? Jam. What did I say? I'm schooling y'all on how to spot them. And spot them early, I do. I'm telling you. Number 4, in the current media environment, Black gateway influencers and platforms are critical to stemming the rising tide of disinformation and reaching Black audiences targeted by harmful narratives. Here's the thing that you guys just will not understand, and because you're tethers and your paymasters are devils, you can't relate to the righteous. So I get it. You don't understand how we are really looking out for each other and making sure that our group is taken care of because you're a backstab, self-serving fleer or the child of fleers. So the difference is we actually look to move as a unit, and you only look to move away from your own homeland. So, again, we're not the same. But the thing you do like to benefit is of coming over west and then enjoying Blackness, but still having your tribal thing going on. So y'all like to come over here and double dip. And we are not like you, I got this. Yeah, well, yeah, this is why we say tether, because we are conscious. And she a whole Nigerian. Is she a Dahomey offspring? Do we know? Yeah, she come from them high ranking Nigerians over there. She slave some old slavers. And then you also got these weird new Negroes over that myth that Black folks in Africa had slaves. Yeah, he did, stupid. Jeez. Last 2 boats coming to America. I don't know how people think they just gonna get around actual history. Two ships. Last 2 ships to come to the American shores with slaves came from what is known as Nigeria. Because, of course, Nigeria wasn't born yet. So your birthdays are January 1st. Moving on. 2024 strategic guidance. Develop robust strategies to engage Black gateway influencers immediately. Second, identify and resource as many Black trusted messengers and media as possible. When they say media, remember how I told you they were going to start looking for the TikTok influencers? And they're going to start rolling out their TikTok shill squad. Too raw, too real. Like Dominique Devereaux said, too wrong, too loud. I guess he think he doing his Cardi B routine every time he talking. And he this. Oh, shut up. Just trying to be a sassy biatch. Sound like a doofus. Anyway, expose and discredit key bad actors in the core Black info network. That part I really want to kind of chime in on, though. See, expose and discredit key bad actors in the core Black disinfo network. Y'all to understand something. We are in the time of tighten up. Really need to tighten up. One of the reasons why I say that is because we've seen blow-ups, we've seen fallouts, we've seen Twitter beefing, we've seen space beefing, we've seen people recording phone calls. People recording phone calls just to then go, man, I got a recording of this phone call. You're recording phone calls. People who would be trained to record phone calls tells you what? Does it just tell you that they messy? Is that the only thing that says to you? Yes, indeed. I mean, I say, gotta be careful. I'll be careful. But just look, I mean, I see a lot. We have to be careful. That lady that came out and said she spent 8 years. I spent 8 years, 9 years with the Black Communist Party. You was down with the Civil Rights Movement. And you was a whole agent working for the CIA the whole time. 9 years. There are people right now that you have only known on these apps for 2 to 3 years at best. And you would vouch for every last one of them like they down solid. This woman was embedded in the movement for 9 years. She knows how to sabotage, where to sabotage, who to sabotage, who's up and coming, who's a potential risk, who is a potential useful tool, who would be ready to go ahead and say, oh, well, I'm really not ready for this. They're recording some straightening. There was a whole space with me giving straightening to. Now, I'm going to just tell you for a fact, that particular individual, I wish that a lot of y'all would really wake up. I didn't see any really flinching from that individual until I played that woman's video. Told y'all I was going to find out who Back Channel Betty was. Boy, y'all find a conflict, I guarantee you will find that person right there. See, I used to have a moderator chat. You get a chance to learn people's behavior patterns and something like that. Ain't gonna come talk about nothing positive. Anytime that a person thinks that it's some mess, they gonna just chime in, sit there and listen and not say nothing. So when you know, hey man, I'm early, not late. So by the time things start happening and people start falling out and this, that happens, takes place, I'm usually far away from that because I saw it coming to begin with. But like I'm saying, this person they didn't feel no kind of way about causing issues. Well, like I said, just look at this individual who said 9 years they was down with the movement. And for stuff, some of the things I've been hearing here lately, just in the wind, are crazy. One person who people would love to sympathize for would team up with somebody who other people call an agent to go after somebody else that they was cool with. Some of these people are just simply about something else. Because one thing I can honestly say, this Black empowerment is far from a religion. Because religion is a system of control. This here is a lifestyle. You either live it or you don't. One thing to know what we live in is to know when our issues are not bigger than the group's issues. And I've seen a lot of people making their personal issues bigger than the group. I've seen all types of things. And I wish and I hope that y'all start looking at how folks, if there's mess, start distancing yourself from that. I don't care who's involved in it. I'm dead serious. Y'all want to avoid these issues? Start looking at who is, hey, there's always conflict here. Why? We're supposed to be in a movement going forward. Why do we always have to take steps back dealing with some mess that you can't control? We all adults. There should be no misconceptions, no miscommunications on that level. Unless it's happening for a different reason. Again, I will say for the third time, this individual did not have no flex or no problem until I played that video. Then the movements happened. The movement started changing. And then all of a sudden, woe is me, Beatzilla so mean. Let me hurry up and run out here and do damage control. And let me get these two simps to see if they can say something to him. One thing about being a musician is our world is a lot larger than people think it is. You got some simple folks out here. Do the most. All right. I don't get it. Denise, so it's just one thing I gotta say. It's like I was trying to warn folks, and what did they tell you? You say keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. If and don't treat anybody any kind of way because of me. All I'm gonna tell you is evaluate your own interactions with them. Everybody put their name on put a righteous handle on their name ain't righteous. That's all I can say. Sometimes people are just flat out godless. Back to the program. Oh boy, ain't nobody ever said I was dumb or hasty. No. Matter of fact, one of the most known things about me is some of my friends call me the elephant. I'll never forget you. Anyway. Oh, boy. Y'all, they doing me wrong out here. People lying on me. If I was, let's just say, at my age, if I was always hanging around 20-year-olds and under 30-year-olds, don't that look some kind of weird way? What company do I need to be keeping, especially the opposite sex? Y'all be talking about me like I'm you weirdo, he crazy. I am not him. See, one thing I tell anybody, you want to know how a person really is, they will tell you how y'all split. Because there's some people that I have split with, none of that is public. Because we split in private. Why would that need to be public? Unless we're trying to expose and discredit key bad actors in the core Black Disinformation Network. When New Black Media Appreciation Month began, who was day 4? Boy, y'all wouldn't even know this person if it wasn't for me. Most of y'all. So to that, my bad. But again, so that's how I said, y'all don't have to treat nobody no kind of way on account of me. Just evaluate your own interactions. Because see, here's the thing with righteousness versus the wicked. I don't have to say nothing. In over a year, I ain't got to say nothing. One thing that I do kind of have a somewhat of a regret is the residual casualties of one simp's actions. There should be more movement and traction in a certain area. But because they're attached to it, I guess it just be what it is and can do what it can do. Outside of anybody else's helping. See, people don't, again, respect folks that actually do talk on your behalf when you're not there. That's how you know the real from the fake. Now, I know there might be some people out here that have heard misinformation and disinformation, which is purposely misleading somebody about what I said. If you would think that Beatzilla would ever not say what he say to your face, you are sadly mistaken and you haven't been fooling with me long enough. But anybody should know better. If you heard something that said, well, that don't sound like him, you can come check me about it. Please do, because I want to know who the hell is lying on me. Because the first thing they're going to tell you, I can hear her voice now. Don't tell him I said anything, because, he didn't want me to say anything. I ain't never told nobody nothing like that. So if y'all ever heard this, oh, well, he don't want me to say anything. Oh, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Now, if, like I said, anybody else go believe in what that person tell them? I hope you see now how bad of a decision that is. Whew. I could go somewhere else, but I think I've said enough there. But y'all, and this is one more thing. Let's really analyze the moral thing. I've seen people acting funny with me because I cussed her out about what she was doing. One of the funny things that she actually did was she was doing things to backdoor another prominent fixture of the new black media. Now that person has since retired. Quietly. And none of y'all thought anything of it. You just saw that, oh, well, so they're over here now. How'd that happen? Telling y'all, man, y'all better start wising up, man. Beatzilla ain't late. Beatzilla's early. Now, tell you there's a problem, there's a problem. And I have, man, this individual I could have long threw under the bus. Long time ago. I see things right now just cracking up. Oh, by the way, I'm sure you're watching. I didn't even, it didn't dawn on me that our message chain still exists. It's funny to see the person that you told me, I got with your voice telling me how much you hate this person about what they did to me. Y'all friends and cool now. That is something. Ooh-wee, that is something. If only these people knew what I knew. That's why you had to get out there and do damage control. Ooh, boy. And I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, even if someone comes and says, hey, this person is a little messy. All right. Duly noted. But I don't like to interact with people based on other people's interaction. I'm going to give you a fair shake. You burn me, though. You done. And she tried it. She brought in the Nigerian, Angel Love, backdoored, tried to backdoor Vicky Dillard, in turn backdooring the other person who went south. Like, hey, sis. And everybody was all up in arms and, man, you cuss nigga. Then somebody else falls out with their situation, and a lot of these same so sympathetic people said, whoop, sister, he said, cut you off. I'm sorry, I love you, but I gotta be over here from a distance from you. Ooh, that sister girl thing went right out the window, didn't it? Hypocrites. And wondering why I be over here chilling by myself. Shit. Shouldn't be hard to tell. Number one, I don't like the feds. Number two, I'm going to just keep it, like I said, and when I see mess and trouble coming, oh boy, Beatzilla know how to sidestep that. Oh, you ain't smelled it. Y'all still eating pork, huh? See, I don't eat pork no more. I know how to smell it when it's there. Black Spider in the building. Keep it a thank you, my good sister, for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you and yours. So I said we have to talk about that Grassroots Cointelpro tactics, because you're literally targeting to discredit. And that's like, when I saw this, it just stuck with me. It stuck me. Expose and discredit key bad actors in the core networks of Black disinformation. So here's the thing. Black disinformation means our agenda, reparations, justice, anti-Black hate crime bill, repairing the harm done to a nation of people in this country on this land. That's my other point about when they talk about nation. They understand we are a nation. They fully understand it. When they look at whiteness, that is a nation to them. That's why the obligation for them is to have a baby. They have to procreate at least once. If you want to go be an in lover, then you can do that, but you got to have one of these good blonde blue-eyed ones. Then you go out and have your fun. Just look at how many brothers that you see with white women that have at least one white son. Out here, that boy gonna be blonde as blonde as blonde. It's a thing. It is a thing. I hope y'all know that one. I'm giving y'all education. I'm from the University of White Supremacy, so I know a little bit. Hooey. Aggressively counter revisionist history. Revisionist history. Counter revisionist history. Like, wasn't no Puerto Ricans or Latinos or Jamaicans or Caribbeans that started hip hop. You mean that revisionist history? Or that if you ain't tied to chattel slavery, then you ain't entitled to our reparations? Revisionist history? Yeah, this is interesting wording, isn't it? Moonrise with the super chat. Thank you so much. We, FBA, are off the Democratic plantation. We can't take everyone with us. No, we can't, unfortunately. So true. Thank you so much for that. Moonrise, peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours. I appreciate that. Yes, indeed. Dominique Devereaux. And you know, when I said also, it's how you split and leave folks. Dominique Devereaux, you know good and well my situation on that front. You ain't never seen me come out. I don't have to come out bad mouth nobody. That doesn't even make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. I rock with you. We had a disagreement. I can't rock with what you do. Or vice versa. But that's a me and them thing. That's not my style. To be like, man, let me go do a space. Because now, what am I doing that for? Am I doing it for clout? Am I doing it to get back at somebody? Man, I showed him. Let me do a space. Oh, that's so hilarious. Now that it dawns on me, damn. The two people who did spaces on me is literally the two people who one said they hated the other, and now y'all like cool. And both are absolutely godless. Jesus, you can't make it up. Oh, man. Hey, man. y'all want to keep rocking with that, man? Y'all go ahead. But any of y'all that's still on them back channels, I would advise you to get off that Fed hotline, man. Hey, because can't nobody say they had me on no back channel about nothing. You ain't talked to me on no back channel nowhere over a year. Nowhere. Telling y'all part of them little back channel, y'all better start skedaddling out them little groups. I mean, it's good to come together. Let me be clear. You know, it is good to come together, but man, we have issues amongst the ranks, and it's a very detrimental time. So everything got to be on point. It all has to be on point. Yes, indeed. Said the person you're talking about, the first two letters of their name. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And again, that's never been nothing that, they could tell you. They could tell you when I don't mess with mess, I'm literally like done with that. And like, see, for me, oh my God, it just gets better because I'm just going back through just thinking back in my mind. Oh yeah, the other folks that I just happened to see a space like, oh wow, now they're friends. literally the one person who was right there trying to instigate beef between this group here and the group that is spawned off of my creation, which is FBA is closed until further notice because we are under construction. That spawned another group that because we were securing the borders of foundational Black America, then it kind of gives you an idea of what spawned all of that. And you ain't never heard near one of them called me a liar about that neither. And I've said it with them right there. Because I'm not a liar. And I know what the hell I create. So, it's funny when they talk about this delineation movement. Yeah, it was delineation. But the hard line came in. Oh no, Dominique Devereaux. Wow, I didn't know that. I did not know that. But I mean, to my point, I didn't even know that. And that's the point. I didn't need to know that. And I mean, we know now, but like you didn't go like, man, I ain't messing with this person no more. You know what they did to me? Nah. Mm-mm. Here, let me discredit him. Fellas, something to be mindful when you're going to move into spaces like this, empowerment. It's always a point to discredit you. One of the things that the United States government has is a good, solid record and account of who we all are. So they know what we like. So when you see something coming past you, it's everything you like, your antenna or red flag should actually go up, not the other thing going up. But this, saying, is the Lord blessing you or is the devil sent a demon your way? This is important stuff here, family. And I'm going to put the link to this in the chat so y'all can get this PDF. And so, because this is probably important to have just so you can understand, like, this comes from a think tank. Didn't know just this one person did not. She's the founder and the only face you see, and she did not come up with this. No, sir. No. This is super duper deep. Also, to aggressively counter revisionist history, which is about our music, and then civic disengagement. Talking about the couch, no tangibles, no vote. That's literally no tangibles, no vote. And Biden broken promises, disinformation narratives. His broken promises are not disinformation. The promises he made, he did not keep. Don't tell us, oh, well, he couldn't keep him because Congress didn't pass it. He failed us. Period. Hey, Melody. Hey, sis, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good, Melody. Over there listening in the cut. Melody also can understand. Yeah, Beatzilla don't do that. Beatzilla don't do that. Now, you only had to see me cuss somebody out once. But, back first. Yeah, you only had to see me cuss. And that was an exceptional moment. And I guess, to some degree, the elements of that actually also play in the hand because, oh, my Lord. I'm a very... I'm very extremely heterosexual, but my family, I am been around everything. So I'm not like, oh, you have this lifestyle. I'm not tripping on that. You know what I'm saying? I deal with people as people. But with that being said, I think that somebody took that as I'm a little more open. No, sir. It's not how I'm moving. And so I guess this person felt a little rejected that I wasn't gay. Oh man. Samuel Logan says, sorry, beatzilla, do the clean, move the bucket. Oh, hey, it's all good, man. Thank you for the super chat and then super sticker. Super chat. I appreciate that. Peace and power, blessings and protection be upon you and yours, man. Good to see you here, though, brother. Oh yeah. You know, I already know. I know y'all be catching it. I don't expect everybody to be in the chat. Not at all. So yeah, I already know. But yeah, you were there, Melody. And I did see again, like I said, I'm not finna say nothing behind your back that I ain't finna say in your face. So if we have to do a Zoom call, you're gonna hear it. It's not like, oh, well, he didn't say this with this guy. Trust me. Anybody that know me gonna be like, nah, what you see is what you get. That's why I don't give you no fakeness. Y'all been with me in spaces. Some of y'all been with me more than spaces. This is it. And I'm doing this because I give a crap. I care about my folks. And it's important that we get this information out. And here's the thing. This is Black empowerment. I'm not expecting anybody to like this. Why? Because it's Black empowerment. And look at what they're saying. They sending a whole Nigerian over here after us to sit up here and worry about we won't change, i.e. empowerment. Literally. You sent a Nigerian over here to do this and fight against all this disinformation. Okay. Overview and landscape. Let me just show you some of these things they said. 6 core networks identified. 6 core networks identified. It's another reason that, like I said, anybody listening to me right now, if you were part of the back channel movement, excommunicate yourself ASAP from that. Because you say, oh, they cool and they cool. Y'all remember The Sopranos? Y'all ever watch The Sopranos? How they get Adriana? And what was the point of getting next to Adriana? Putting an agent next to her so she could bring that woman around her boyfriend who was next to the boss. Listen to me or don't. Can't make nobody do nothing, but I strongly advise y'all. Get out of them back channel things. Because y'all might be entertaining. They say be aware, be mindful of how you treat folks because you might be entertaining angels unaware. Or be mindful of what you tell some of these folks because you might be entertaining agents unaware. Just saying. People start looking back and be like, damn, all these same people was right around all of this mess. I'm just saying. So I just want to go through a few of these things before we get on up out of here. Number 1, gateway influencers and platforms represent authentic online influencers and platforms in Black spaces and with large Black followings who serve often unintentionally as high-value targets for bad actors and introduce harmful narratives. This network serves as a critical role in elevating Black news and culture, but may also uplift misleading influencers and narratives. The examples they give: The Breakfast Club, Shade Room, 19 Keys, Joe Budden Podcast, Earn Your Leisure, and the Stephen A. Smith Show. that's an example of your gateway influencers that could be a problem? Or is this the gateway influencers that you could use to put in some agendas? Number two, far-right activists and media outlets, including Black and non-Black extremists who target Black audiences with inauthentic persuasion campaigns and promote anti-Black. Why would Black folks purposely be listening to anti-Black far-right? Number one, that's not Black targeted. If it's anti-Black, it's targeted for the people who enjoy being anti-Black. Like the Congressional Black Caucus. So that's far from right. Congressional Black Caucus hate Black folks. You can't be that deep and never ever do anything for Black folks. Not hate Black people. Of course they do. They're there to sit up there and make sure we keep the hierarchy. So clearly they hate Black people. Because they're down with this. This is the agenda. Benign neglect. Hashtag vote no to benign neglect. Anti-Black, anti-immigrant, anti-LGBTQ, revisionist histories, and disinformation narratives to advance their political agenda. We covered our back with anti-LGBT. No, did he? We covered our back with anti-immigrant by delineation, right? So we got that out the way, right? Anti-LGBTQ, can't say that we've had that message. What we do have is an anti-agenda message, which agenda had nothing to do with literally caring about these people as people. You were caring to push an agenda that has nothing to do with caring for the people. We know the difference over here because we're wise and smart enough to know. Revisionist histories. Hip hop was not started by Puerto Ricans. Hip hop is not based out of the Caribbean. And Brother Sage, wherever you at right now, hip hop and jazz and funk definitely did not come from the Congo. And so if you guys understand, you just got to know. Be making the house. This is hilarious. They still managed to be out of touch. It's amazing. Well, they got a tether. They went and got a tether to go do this. And then obviously it's a team of tethers. See, here's the thing, that this is real super dirtbag culture. Just further deep dig into that. You'll come here and take all of this money from them folks to undermine Black people as a whole. These folks are scumbags. You're a dirtbag doing this. You're not a friend. You guys don't subscribe to Pan-Africanism. Do you hear your targeting of Black people? And you think you're so much better than us to say that we don't know better within our own ranks what's good for us? You're a whole doggone outsider, and you out here planning and plotting on Black folks. That's what this is. Dominique Devereaux. One of the things that we had to fall out over is that trying to label Black folks as extremists. Black folks as hate groups. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. You start doing that. And advancing our political agenda. That's reparations for one group, not for all. So that's how they're trying to word that. This third one really didn't make any sense to me. because you're talking about the black manosphere. They don't cater to black folks. This is all about immigrants. So they, even within saying what's changing or persuading our contingency, which is the black grassroots, the black manosphere is pretty much, you're literally just talking about a group of irrelevant tethers. I couldn't, who, Fresh and Fit. They mentioned Fresh and Fit like there's somebody. Like, what are you kidding? These dudes are made for jokes. Misogynistic view. Not to mention with the black manosphere, those are incels with that. That's where you get your white supremacist talking points, is from them dudes. So I'll just skip over that one because that's kind of weird to even put in there. Number 4, black extreme nativist and separatist. So Nation of Islam, Israelites, 5%ers. That also will include foundational Black Americans. Because let's look at it. Separate themselves from other Black nativist movements. Well, number 1 right there, that's the ADOS FBA thing. And that's an organization versus a movement. But anyway, uplifting Black determination by creating, promoting, and amplifying racialized disinformation. Why would a Black woman care about us being particular and specific when it comes to our race, considering we're looking for Black agendas? So this is a so-called Black woman that literally wants us to get away from our identification. B. Mick, Fresh and Fit, bam, agents. And see, this is my thing. And why, like, look at the people they're mentioning. It's almost like they're, so when I see stuff, let me go back up here real quick. When you see stuff like this kind of just tells me all of this is the good cop. So these are the good cops, right? Man, you know, things could just possibly change if we could just reach them and talk to them and change their minds. Okay. And we are, when you put Stephen A. Smith here, this say Barton paid for a Negro. And he just got some more money. So don't you think it's quite interesting? Samuel Logan, I see you, brother. Vivica, Tariq kind of gave you the little break and benefit of the doubt when you went through in the museum. But come on now, Vivica. How much sneak on in here? I ain't. But amplifying racialized disinformation, a xenophobic worldview, and pushing far-right talking points on gender, sex, and healthcare. Family, did I not tell you right here out of my own mouth that one of the things you are going to start seeing, you know, when they've ran out of gas, because they start saying, man, y'all sound like white supremacists. It's in print. So I'm gonna leave this in because it's so much. I just look at this stuff. I'm gonna skip down, and so y'all could go through this at your leisure. And I want you to, please. So after I wrap this broadcast, I'm gonna put this link up in the description, and you can go download this PDF at your leisure. But please go take a look at this, because this is very well funded and this is so well put together. This comes from all of what we have given. So always be like, just y'all need to go through this and know Because I mean, Sister Miriam, Blackjack, Blueberry Muffin, they have all of us talking all of this real off in these spaces and all of the other spaces that go on. So they are well aware of, because here's the other thing. They know who they pay. So they know who to combat. So again, salute to all of you. Give yourself a round of applause because, damn it, you got them scared. You got them scared. Does this not say scared to you? 10 prominent narratives identified. Narrative and reach. Revisionist history. High reach, high impact. Civic disengagement. High reach, high impact. Anti-immigration. A high reach, moderate impact. Voter suppression. Moderate. Because that's not a topic of the grassroots. Black gender wars. Now, here's the thing. It's not a black gender war. It is a black war on gender wars. And that reach is high. That reach has high impact. Because remember when we took cis out the lexicon? Y'all remember when we started doing that, right? We started letting everybody know cis is a slur. I'm not a cis. I'm a man. Well, it's not identified. No. I'm a man. We're not cutting them. You just go ahead and leave it as is. Black Spider with the super sticker. With the mic drop. Thank you so much. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours. Thank you so much. Oh man, you say they're gonna be monitoring Taharka Bay and Yvette and Tone. Well, see, for them, they already, they can't go off the reservation too much. And for what's his face, Taharka, man, he was doing the most already. Kind of showed himself. I don't really understand my man's angle. I just don't. When he came over and tried to get at me and Alpha, and as well as what's that other Bucci Bear, because he so you got Bucci Bear, so Bucci Bear linked up with Moochie Bear. So Moochie Bear is a character too. So he just took Bucci Bear and put a fez on him. So if you see Moochie Bear, that's the Harker. That's the Harker. If you see Moochie, that's him. He's like, I'm gonna make me one before Tariq get me. Alright. Silly ass. He got slapped. Anyway. Anti-LGBT, high reach, moderate impact. Biden's broken promises, though, high and high. Stoking division. When they say stoking division, but anti-immigration is separate. What is stoking division? What that is our position on how integration actually harmed us. So that's how it's worded, though, but understand what they're saying. That's why they're separate. So division meaning we're not looking up to white people. Division. Because who else do you hear say that? Man, it's divisive, bro. Reparations is divisive, man. I mean, man, you just wouldn't we weren't even here, dude. Like my family, and all of a sudden, everybody's immigrants. Man, my family wasn't even stopped. Everybody can't be an immigrant. Cut it out. No, your family was here with some folks in change, or you were poor white trash sitting up here in America ready to call and blow the whistle on some runaway slaves to protect your environment of whiteness. So shut up. Anyway, COVID-19 health/health. I don't understand /health. Oh, wait, I do, because you have the vid on one side, which was years ago. So don't know why that would be even here right now. We're not, and it's not like we're talking about it. But I guess, see, what this one right here is not about what we're saying in the media. This is about how we automatically moved on one accord. So truth be told, they shouldn't even have that there, because it wasn't about putting that, because they would take down everything and label it disinformation. You can get all your channels taken down. We couldn't do that. So it's kind of funny that that's there. But anyway, weaponizing diversity. What exactly does that part mean? So I wanted to just do a brief overview. Hopefully, Brother Phil can get her on his broadcast to pick her brain, because I'm sure he'll have some more questions to ask that'll come to his mind as he gets ready to interview her. And I'm glad she hopped in his thread. I'm glad she hopped in his chat, because that was one of those people that you were looking at. So because the truth of the matter is, I want y'all to understand this right here, this whole expose, far-right activism, all that means is grassroots and new black media. That means me and you. And all of this, foreign actors, my ass, there's none. Black manosphere, no. And all of this other mass broken promises, stoking division, black gender war, none of that. No. They know what it is. And none of this are you actually pushing for reparations. Now, here's the other thing. The most significant narrative threats to black voter engagement in 2024 are misleading narratives about civic disengagement, buying broken promises, and stoking division. These misleading narratives currently have the highest reach and impact across core networks and are continuously platformed by gateway influencers. The narrative section below defines and explains the dynamics of each of these threats in detail. So y'all are seeing this. And now they keep throwing these people out here like key bad actors. These nobodies are this. All of these people really just don't look at the names that they're trying to throw out there. That's to throw you off. They're talking about y'all. Anti-immigration narratives and breaking down across multiple black infants. See, there's not enough far-right black talkers out here for this to be really true. And it's not that they weren't the ones holding spaces. Who's the people holding the major spaces? Us. Black gateway influencers are key to stemming the tide. No, they can't, because they will never be able to trump the street. This is grassroots. You can't beat the street from the penthouse. You can't do it from the governor's mansion. No. You got to get on board with this movement, man. That's all there is to it, man. That's it. So, like I said, family, we going to put this out here for y'all to see. Because I just wanted y'all to see all of this. They seriously going, a message from our CEO. Onyx Impact believes black people, she's Nigerian, black people deserve brilliant, resilient information, sharing ecosystems that build trust, power, and community. Information created to mislead or harm doesn't just close doors, it builds walls of distrust and disillusionment. Who are they talking about? And you know what? Let me get this woman off the screen so I can show you who they're talking about. Let's go back to their page. So, what about if I want to donate? So you guys understand whose side I'm actually on for a donation to Onyx Impact. So to end with this insult to foundational Black Americans, they come back targeting foundational Black Americans while looking to get donations for Joe Biden. Can't make this up. You cannot make this up. You're not even donating to them. You were donating to the damn Democrats. Whoops. Like we always tell you, follow the money. Onyx Impact. Now, if you try to get on there with Brother Phil Scott and say that you don't represent another organization, such as Act Blue, we got you, sweetheart. Welcome to the new world, where foundational Black Americans and freedmen, the descendants of chattel slavery, are coming back to their own. Something disturbing the spirit, because all of this evil, all of this wickedness, all of this unrighteousness will make a man mad. And what they're afraid of is that songs like Tell Me When to Go become more than just song. Lift every voice and sing. Like Dr. Khalid Muhammad said, sometimes you might have to lift every fist and sway. It all determines on what the moment calls for, but you are not here to meant to be the victim of supremacy. In fact, is the order and ecosystem to which we disturb. They want us to forever be the bottom of the heap. But yet here we are in our beautiful Black excellence, brilliantly, resiliently, confidently resisting. So shout out to the righteous, because Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. Let it fall with all of its minions, and let us rise. Can you dig it? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank y'all, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in with me this evening. We've been here for almost 3 hours. I hope that y'all enjoyed this. Thanks to everybody tuning in on X. Looks like y'all kind of deep over there, actually. Shout out to y'all on X. Salute to everybody here on YouTube. For those of you tuning in on X, watching, make sure you come over to the YouTube channel, beatzillapdx official. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell, hit that word all. That way you'll be notified anytime this channel goes live or a video is uploaded. And, this is how we do here. If you are new, this is the weekly wrap up. There are videos that will air throughout the week. And then this is the live. The live will be on Friday. So, if you are new to me, welcome. For those of you who have been here, thank you once again for tuning in. And for the replay gang, big salute to you. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. I know you guys aren't able to catch the live broadcast or participate in the chat, but I ever do appreciate y'all too. So I hope y'all understand. I appreciate the replay gang. Let me know in the comments that y'all are part of the replay gang. I appreciate that. So salute to all of y'all. Black first. I appreciate it. Now, with this being said, in closing, we have seen the Democrat, seen the Republican. They snuffed the third parties. We, last night, this is the proof that we as the American people were actually deprived of a fair duly election debate because of their requirements of what they were setting up, because they wanted two parties to be there. However, times are changing. And to get with the changing times, you're going to have to adjust somewhere. And it just looks like a lot of these Democrats do not want to adjust. And it's shameful. But what's worse, after yesterday, is watching old black Negroes, old Democrats get up there and I wish that he would have said this yesterday. He was so tired last night. He looked so presidential today. He had a cold. And I mean, he's just the orange man is just so bad. And, he's just going to get all of us, and I just don't know. There's too much trouble out here, and I don't want no trouble. We have to stand tall and stand strong. Because the one thing about the people who came before us, they weren't pushovers and they weren't there to lay down. They were there to stand on business and fight. And we combat on every level. There's image wars. There's wars of thought. War of words. War of spirit. And right now, our enemy is very much filling an L. Why? Because, see, when one side, one wing of the bird gets so hampered and haggard, the pressure falls on the other wing. Learn where your leverage is. But for all of you who can't understand that message, I speak for myself. Beatzilla PDX official. Beatzilla PDX official show. Those of you in the chat, the black grassroots and the voices of new black media. I know I'm safe to say I speak for all parties involved when we proudly dedicate this song to you.
Get up off of that cocaine and get up off of that crack. Get yourself together and get your mind back.
Yes, indeed, family. And you already know hashtag hands off our reparation.
You have no rights here. We're not under the empire.
Family, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at beatzillapdx. You can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined to support this broadcast, you want to put some money in the bucket, you definitely can do so by way of CashApp. And that's $beatzillapdx. It's CashApp, $beatzillapdx. Also, we got PayPal, which is Zilla Muzak. That is ZILLAMUZAK at PayPal. And with that being said, family, I appreciate all of you for tuning in. If you are on the replay, make sure you hit that like button, please. And if again, for all of my people on X, thank you for tuning in. Make sure to get over to the channel and join. I'm sure I got some folks. If y'all are watching this, please comment on X for those who are there. Let me know you enjoyed the broadcast, what y'all thought. You know, we do things in a respectful manner. So, you know, have your opinion, go ahead. That's fine with me. But with that being said, you know, y'all keep y'all 3 smooth stones at the ready and keep that slingshot nearby. Got to. Because we're going next week into the 4th of July. Double entendre on that one, by the way. Stay black, stay vigilant, stay alive. Black first, black first, black first. Shalom, y'all. Have a blessed, safe, prosperous weekend. Peace.
When you know who Satan is,
Yes, sir.
you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. See, that's what you throw.
Right.
Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.